Never again will I pretend to be an easygoing, low-maintenance woman just to make someone feel comfortable doing the bare minimum. That is not who I am, and I will not shrink myself to make myself easier to handle. I love thoughtful gestures, flowers I don't have to ask for, dates I don't have to plan, love letters, long texts, sweet check-ins. I love feeling reassured, being prioritized, and being with someone who shows up fully for me. I love feeling adored and not just tolerated, and I'm done pretending I don't.
Just remember that you're the prize always.
Say that one more time.
Just remember that you are the prize.
Yes.
That's like his golden slogan for me.
Yeah. And what does that mean for you in relationships when you're like, I'm the prize? What does that mean?
It just means not compromising like my values, my happiness, my peace, not settling for less than what I know I deserve, and not being afraid to walk away from a situation if it's like no longer serving me.
Ever noticed that anytime you settle in any area of life, you're punished? It may be in relationships, friendships, career, whatever area. The moment you settle for any reason, you get punished. And you will know when the punishment comes and why it came. You settled. You tried to play small. You tried to shrink. And you pay the price. Let's say you have a particular set of ideologies like loyalty, honesty, integrity. But because of the environment or the circumstances at play, you decide to just lower the bar just a little bit. So let's say it's a business environment, and you can see that these people you're about to get into business with do not have the same values and ideologies as you. But you push that aside because they have other values that are also good, but they are not aligned where it counts. You ignore it, you ignore your intuition, then you proceed to get into business with them. And when the whole thing blows up in your face, you remember that, oh, they were not aligned. And you aligned yourself with people who were totally different from you, had different values and different standards. And because of that, they screwed you over. Now, you know exactly why. And now you realize that you are being punished because why? You settled. This could also occur in relationships. You know the kind of partner you need, but you meet someone who has some of the qualities you require, or maybe they might not even have any of those qualities, or maybe they don't even have the most important qualities you need. But just because you've been single for a long time, you decide, let me just give this guy a chance and see. I mean, you might as well jump on this since you've been single for some time. And at first, everything may seem like a fairy tale. Then slowly but surely the punishment comes. Might start with this person devaluing you, humiliating you, breaking down your confidence, nagging you, triangulation, and then it escalates to one roller coaster ride of abuse. And before you get off that ride, might be 3 years, might be a year later, 6 months later, but you end up being so traumatized that it takes a long time to get healed. And while you're on your healing journey, you know exactly where you went wrong. You know the reason you went through all you did was because you settled. Sometimes the punishment doesn't even take a long time. It's almost instant. We all are guilty of settling at one point in time or the other. As for me, anytime I settled, my punishment was almost instant. It didn't even waste time. Sometimes it could also be maybe concerning your career. You know you're not supposed to take that particular job, but you go ahead and the whole thing becomes a nightmare where you end up with your blood pressure high, your nervous system dysregulated, you're stressed, you have no work-life balance, you're drained, the work environment is so toxic, you become a work mule, doing even what you're not supposed to do, and it just keeps getting worse until you decide to leave. After such an experience, You live with a lot of trauma from the job you weren't even supposed to have in the first place. Sometimes you even end up being fired. And when you take out time to reflect on why this happened, you realize that you weren't supposed to be in that environment. You weren't supposed to settle in the first place. The only real choice you have as a woman is to not settle, because 9 times out of 10, whenever you settle, there's always a price to pay. And that price is usually a really steep, painful one. I know sometimes you might be around people who don't really like you and they encourage you to make these choices that put you in these positions. As the saying goes, misery loves company. So you have people who encourage you, fake friends who encourage you to date a guy you're not supposed to date, or go for an opportunity they know will definitely leave you with scars. And you think these people have your best interest at heart. This is where discernment comes in. Not everyone is for you. Some people that are smiling with you are secretly envious of you, of your life. Some people that even have more than you are secretly envious of you. And they wish that you experience the kind of misery they're experiencing, because they're just so miserable in their lives. And they encourage you to take these decisions that you know deep down you're not supposed to make. So do not settle. Even in friendships, not everyone deserves to be your friend. Not everyone deserves access to you. Better to be alone than have a fake friend around you who encourages you to take really bad decisions that puts you in at a disadvantage where you find yourself regretting your choices. It's better to be alone. Do not lower your standard just because maybe you see them in the gym, they seem friendly, or they're your church member, or I don't know, you meet them regularly when you go to take coffee or something, and you think, oh, she's so friendly, she's so nice, so we might as well be friends since I run into her regularly. No. Even friendships, do not lower your standards just because she's a woman and you run into her regularly or she seems nice. No, do not settle. I know it's not easy, but better to keep your standards than to be punished for settling. So ladies, let me know in the comment section, have you ever settled and were you punished for it? If you were, share your story down in the comment section. Maybe it might just help someone. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.